Yo, Jesus Christ, there's some embarrassing shit going on Twitter. But before we get into all of that nonsense, don't forget to look at the description of this video. It tells about the giveaway that I do. First and foremost, these fanboys, I thought I was a fanboy. I mean, shit, my fucking channel is called All Things Sony. These niggas take the whole fucking cake. I mean, they are in their whole feelings about this shit. They are in their feelings. Look at this. Just look at this. That's embarrassing. Just take a look at this shit. That's all the way embarrassing. You know, the funny thing is this. Sony front about what they're going to do, what they've been doing, what they are trying to do. They've been straight up front about it. Why is this brand new? Why is it brand new to you? I don't understand why is it new. We all know that that's what they're planning on doing, at least to some degree. Some of this shit is multi-platforms, and I think they need to realize, these fanboys, that these Xbox fanboys are trolling you. They're definitely trolling you. Like for real. Like, come on. You gotta be smarter than that. You gotta be, and I feel like because, excuse me, they talked about this shit ad nauseum. Oh, Sony won't do that. Sony won't do that. Now they feel played about it, and now that's why they're fucking hurt. You know, these things that I'm showing right now, this is the stuff that's showing later, and just in general what Sony was trying to do. The bottom line is this: exclusive sells ecosystems, and there is no brand, that you can think of that doesn't have some sort of exclusive content or some sort of exclusive attribute. You would never find it. You would never find it, because how would you define the differences in between things? That's how you sell your product. If I wanted to sell music, I have to have some kind of shtick, you know, and I don't understand why that's not known. I don't get it. I really don't get it. I mean, we're talking about some full-on embarrassment, man. Like, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. Like, why are you sending tweets to a multi-billion-dollar company? They don't give a fuck about you. They don't care what you're doing. They're making their money. That's like trying to send a fucking a text message to a fucking drug addict or a drug dealer. He don't give a fuck. He's getting his money. This shit is some Walter White shit. He doesn't care. Realize that. Realize he doesn't care. I promise you, these companies don't give a fuck about it, and you need to understand that shit. You really, really need to understand that, and then understand too that you know, the Xbox fanboy and community is trolling you because you shitted on them for so long, talking about, well, they're going third party, Well, the bottom line is this: all of these companies are going third party to some fucking degree, and we're not talking about PlayStation now. We're not talking about, you know, whatever the X Cloud is or whatever the case is. There's going to be explicit games that they're going to be releasing on other hardware. You know, I somebody messaged me on my tiny little YouTube channel. Sony's bankrupt. That's why they're doing it. No, niggas want money. Microsoft is, I think they're $1 trillion. Why do you think? Why would they put that shit on? Why would they put Minecraft on a different console? You tell me. Before I even go on to why Sony is doing what they're doing, I want to say this, because this all sparked from a baseball game that nobody fucking cares about. You know what I'm saying? No one really. I mean, it sold well, but for the people that don't care about it, they you know, obviously they didn't give a fuck about it. So, all right. That being said, you know, when they announced this shit, didn't it seem kind of odd to you that they mentioned that they signed an agreement with the Major League Baseball? That didn't strike you as being odd at all? No. Doesn't signing agreements means there was some sort of negotiation done somewhere? That strike you as being weird? No, not at all. Because that seems like an agreement that they made. And to be honest with you, Sony doesn't own the MLB. There was some sort of agreement that they've done, and this was the most viable, outcome. Now, really, let's talk about why they're doing it. What the fuck is Sony doing? Now, I said this before, and I'll say it again. This is going to be the future. Get fucking used to it. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. That's it. Stop showing your allegiance to any fucking companies. I remember I had a friend. I don't really speak to him anymore. The nigga's stupid, but he was paying AT&T like $150 a month because that was his first phone. That's what he said. And even though they were viable options, he didn't want to do it. Anyway, before I go off tangent, what is Sony doing? So as you saw during the earlier in the video, Sony basically were like, we're going to start putting our multiplayer games on other platforms. I don't know what platforms they're referring to. We were speculating. We know it's PC, but are they going to put it, you know, on a different console, like legit on a different console? We don't know. But I have a sneaky suspicion, and I'm going to go out and predict. Sony is growing their studios for sure. They're growing their studios. And I think what they're going to do, you remember how last generation Sony had like A and B, pieces to it. It was divided, the A team and the B team. And it wasn't just Sony, it was other people too. But you remember when they did that shit? Remember that? Um, and the A team would do the major thing, the B team would do something that was kind of, secondary but major. I think that Sony is going to create a C team. And this C team sole purpose is going to release small little titles of full on Sony stamp of approval and quality, right? What they're going to do with this shit is release it on other consoles. You will not see like a God of War, like legit on exclusive to not exclusive but multi-platform. But you will see Santa Monica Studios, Guerrilla Games, etc. make these small use their C team to make these small little maybe multiplayer games, maybe battle royale games, maybe whatever the fuck it is. Even Nintendo was going this fucking route with putting the games on cell phones. You know what I mean? Sooner or later they're going to come around and be like, yo, you make mad fucking money by releasing it everywhere, but don't do your whole bread and butter shit. You don't want to do that. But that's personally what I think they're going to do with it. I think they're going to have a C team. And I think that C team is definitely going to do things like that. So it's like a win-win situation, or it's like a not double-edged sword, but they're going to have the major stuff exclusive and the non-major stuff on a different console or platform. That's what I believe. Now, Dreams going multi-platform. Here's this shit. Not many people know. I mean, I was looking at Mystic Game or whatever the fuck his name is. Shout out to him. But he was like, I don't see the appeal of Dreams. I don't really get it. It doesn't have the appeal of, you know, of Little Big Planet. He said he tried to make some levels and you kind of sucked at it, right? And he's just like, I don't know how this is going to work. It's going to be small. So here's the two steps to this mindset that I'm thinking of, right? Here's this two steps. Um, they're creating a platform for would-be developers that don't have money enough to actually buy a development kit and things of that nature. They are giving them an avenue to do this shit, to really legit, they're like legitimately, making this particular, they don't have an option. Now they have an option. Now they can make whatever they want. They've been working with animation with their college and shit like that. Now they can put that shit to use. You know what I'm saying? And you're going to get a lot of these developers that never been picked up by anybody because the industry is kind of like, this closed circle. You can't really get in there. But this is their way of bringing in new talent. That's point A. Point B, they're definitely going to release Dreams. It's possible. We got PC now with this. I get that MOB is a different entity, but I think it's going to show them the light of getting this money, these microtransactions, these things of that nature. They're trying to monetize Dreams in some way, shape, or form. Some way they want to get some type of money. But what I can see with this scenario is that Dreams is probably going to be released on different consoles. They made it scalable for the PS4 and the PS Pro. I think this engine, this is why they were taking so long with this shit, is scalable. And I think they're probably going to release it. There's no mascot or anything with this. I mean, you got some triangles and some pyramids with a face on it. I don't think that there's needs to be a mascot at this point. I think it's just the prospect of releasing your games if you don't have an avenue to create games. And I think they're going to try to make it easy for people to, if they're thinking about making games, maybe I could start here because I don't know how to go about it. But let me know in the comments what you think about this idea, because I really truly think this is probably going to be it. I do. I truthfully think this is going to be. But let me know in the comments what you liked or disliked about the video. I love you guys. Please sub if you just found the video. God bless.